Click on it. Should be.
I'll just move it that way.
Can we start recording?
It's already running.
Okay. So,
Okay. Hello, my name's Sue, and I'm here on behalf of Deeside CAN. Thank you so much for inviting us. I haven't been here for ages, and it's really, really nice to see familiar faces and not so familiar faces. Can you hear me at the back all right? I'm told I always have a very quiet voice. So. Right, so Deeside CAN. Who are we? CAN stands for Climate Action Network, but actually it's much more complicated than that. We think it also stands for care and nurture for our community, environment and planet, climate and nature, all sorts of things. It's much more than a climate action network. We're a group of people living in and around mid-Deeside, so that's Banchory, Torfins, Crathis, that kind of area. I live in Banchory, town of about 7,000 people. I've lived there for 26 years, so I really am part of the furniture. And we are passionate about four things. We want to minimize climate change, increase biodiversity, reduce waste, and increase our community's resilience, which I think is basically what we're all interested in this room, but it's really good to say it out loud. We're really fortunate. We have a core team of about 15. They come and go, but it's roughly that. We've got a mailing list of over 250 and about 800 people following us on Facebook. And we've been going for about 7 years, which I find is amazing. So we've got quite a few current projects on the go in these 6 different areas. So top left, as you look at the screen, raising awareness. We have a weekly hub. We go to the library, Banchory Library, for 2 hours on Saturday mornings, 10 till 12 as a drop-in. Quarterly newsletter and social media, all that stuff. Reduce waste, we help with litter picks. And for some time, Bob, we had a food waste project. We had some money to do that. We did it for 2 years, but we ran out of money and the location where we were doing it didn't want us anymore. So we stopped that. Political engagement, Jeff, who's online, will be helping us organise a climate and nature hustings in the foreseeable future. Lower carbon footprint, we've been doing some workshops. We hope to work again with Home Energy Scotland, and Lisa at the back there, I hope will come to our hub in the library so we can have a drop-in and help people reduce their energy at home. We're very supportive of active travel. We've got these cycling leaflets. We work with cycling groups. Increase resilience. We've helped write a resilience leaflet for Banchory. And then the biodiversity group of projects. That's really where we're very active at the moment. We've got a wildlife-friendly village project, more than 20 sites in the village where we're planting wildflowers, trees. We're installing bird boxes, insect hotels, hedgehog hotels, all sorts of things. We planted a wee forest a few years ago, and that has grown incredibly. It's doing fantastically well. What we're using that for is as an education sort resource. We've got 4 classes from the primary school coming down to the forest, learning about trees, learning about insects and birds that live in different trees, and some art projects related to the wee forest. We've got a wee ceramic forest. We've got flags. I'll show you some pictures in a minute. We host an annual Open Gardens Day to help people learn how to have wildlife-friendly gardens. And our newest project is one called Deeside Nature Network. We're working with all sorts of organisations, the Barn, Riverdee Trust, Horse Riding Scotland, all sorts of people. And the idea is to identify areas of high biodiversity in the Dee Valley and try and join them up as a network. This has been done with great success down south, the Wheeled to Waves project. You should look it up. It's really amazing. We've been inspired by that to do something up here. So a few pictures. I know words are a bit boring, so I've put some pictures up. On the left, there's us at the Plenty Festival at the Barn. bottom left, that's our wee ceramic forest. Hilary Duncan is a pottery person, a ceramicist, and she's been inspiring school children to make these ceramic forests with different trees and learning about the trees. That's our wildflower patch outside Tesco in Bankery. There you are, Lisa. Save energy at home. And these are some school children outside the wee forest with some flags that they made. And that's decorated all the way around the wee forest. So I thought this was all about how do we make it happen? And the way we're doing it is to use current processes. So climate action is not something extra that you put on top of stuff. It's actually part of what happens. So we are riding on the back of two processes that are going on at the moment. The first is the Aberdeenshire Local Development Plan 2029, and I'm sure that's happening in Aberdeen City as well. So we're working with 8 community councils, and I'll talk about this in a minute, who have come together to write a Deeside Sustainable Development Charter, and sustainable in the 3 senses of the word, not just financial, but social and environmental as well. And there's a call for ideas. Aberdeenshire has a call for ideas for their local development plan. The deadline is a week on Monday, and we are flooding it out with ideas, all to do with climate and nature. Scottish elections, I've mentioned that already. Jeff has very kindly offered to host a pre-election hustings on April the 16th. So I'll talk a little bit about the local place plans. It's a new thing. The Scottish Government has offered communities to input their own local place plans. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Yes, no, yes. And 8 community councils from the edge of Aberdeen City to the Cairngorms have got together, and they've shared their local place plans. And the list of community councils who are doing that is on the left there. So that's Craftis, Drumoak Durris, Bankery, Inchmarlow, Brathens and Glassall, Torfins, Pewkside, Fingham, Burson, Bologie and Aboyne. So it's quite a large area. It's all very rural. And surprise, surprise, there were 8 common themes that came out of all these local place plans. It's not really a surprise. It is a rural area, so we all have similar issues. But I just want to go through them briefly. Firstly, top of the list across all areas was that the infrastructure and services like education and healthcare are not meeting housing needs. There's too many houses and nobody can get a doctor's appointment. The schools are full. Also, they're not meeting local needs. So first-time buyers, retirees wanting to downsize. It's all these massive villa-type houses. And they're not climate ready. No solar panels, heat pumps. The new development up the Glassall Road near Bankery, they actually dug up the road to put the gas pipeline up there to heat homes. I mean, that's crazy. New houses, not climate ready. The second one, and that was really strong throughout all the area, is a very strong connection to nature. You'd expect that. We're rural. So people are very keen on preserving green spaces, river corridors and woodlands. Thirdly, active travel, a call for safer roads and especially cycling and walking paths between villages. The strongest voice of that came from school children. In Bankery, our catchment area is very large, rural villages, there's no public transport. They're fed up with asking their mum and dad to take them into town to meet their friends. They really want to be able to cycle or walk to meet their friends. Public transport is poor, unreliable and expensive, especially for older people who can't drive and younger non-drivers who haven't got their licenses yet. This area, our local economy, currently relies strongly on Aberdeen City and the oil and gas economy. We're moving away from that. We all know that. It's a very great concern for local communities in the rural areas in Aberdeenshire. So we've talked a lot about this, and what people are looking for is to shift the local community, the local economy towards 2 things. One, rural skills development. So that's really helping people to work locally. And secondly, sustainable tourism. By that we mean getting people to come and visit us, to cycle, to walk, to enjoy the nature. The seventh common theme was about resilience. We have been hammered by storm-related power cuts, tree fall and flooding, and I forgot to add snow because that's a big deal too. And then finally, patchy broadband and mobile signal. So those 8 community councils, Deeside Sustainable Development Charter, which is fantastic, actually. I can share it with you if you're interested. And the request to Aberdeenshire Council is to take the charter into account when preparing the local development plan, to use it to guide decisions and to engage early with communities. So if we go now to those 8 themes, 5 of them are directly aligned to what we're doing in Deeside CAN. So oh, that didn't work. Housing, supposed to be not climate ready. Nature, biodiversity, active travel, sustainable tourism and resilience. So we are super aligned with what the community councils are saying, what local communities are doing and wanting. So we're just getting in there and being part of it. We're not adding it on top as an extra. We are helping that conversation happen. So my last slide is the same as before. To make things happen, we're just using what's going on and we're getting it to be part of the conversation. The local development plan process is really significant. We're trying to influence decision makers by telling them what we want very clearly and getting together to tell them what we want and being part of that conversation. And of course, the Scottish elections. Thank you for listening.